welcome. It's an honor to have you in class this morning. Those of you following us, you know, that the YouTube channel, we want to say welcome. We want to welcome all of you. Moluba Beza, you're watching from Philadelphia, USA. Emmanuel B. Rabos, you're watching from Kakata. Jeremiah Yamfor, you're watching from Zweju Grand Judah Kante. Yankee Johnson, you also following. This is how I like to do it. You know, I always do it like this. Show appreciation to our people. Charles Weir. Yeah, Charles Weir is here. Okay. All of you, let me say welcome. Well, I'm happy to be here. I'm very happy to be here. We in 2026. 2026. We get 2027, 2028, and then 2029. When the CDC, the Congress for Democratic Change, or the Coalition for Democratic Change, when they came to power, before the coming of the CDC to power, there were lots of political parties. There were lots of political parties. Let me say good morning to CDC USA, CDC Australia, CDC Europe. I want to say good morning to all of you. CDC USA, CDC Australia, CDC Europe. When CDC came to power, there were lots of political parties. There were lots of civil society. There were lots of women organizations. And the lead opposition political party during the time of the CDC in power was the Unity Party. The Unity Party start of engagement when they were in opposition was a radical approach, as one may say. When the Unity Party was in opposition, their approach, their engagement with the government, with the people, with the international community, with the government, with the people, and with the international community, their engagement. Now, I want us to talk today, and we will look at the opposition in Liberia, why the Unity Party is in power, and the lead opposition political party. There were lots of political parties when the CDC was in power. Then the Unity Party was the political party taking the lead. How was that engagement with the government, with the people, and the international community? Because I want to know today, what kind of opposition engagement do you want to see between now and 2028? What kind of opposition engagement? What kind of opposition engagement do you want to see between now and 2028 with the government of Liberia, the people of Liberia, and the international community? What kind of engagement, opposition engagement do you want to see? When the United Party was in the opposition, where CDC was in power, what kind of engagement? What was it engaged with when it comes to the government? When it came to the Liberian people, when it came to the international community, what kind of engagement you saw from the Unity Party? Were they silent? Were they recognizing the government effort? Were they appreciating the government? Were they considering George Weah as the president, including their political leader at that time, Joe Baka, who is now the president? What kind of recognition? Was the opposition playing a participatory role when the CDC was in power? What kind of opposition you saw? Because I want to know what kind of engagement do you want to see with the opposition community between now and 2028? The Unity Party, when CDC was in power, I don't think they was quiet. I don't think they was in hiding. I want to believe they were engaging. But were they engaging the CDC constructively? Were they recognizing the efforts of the CDC government? Were they appreciating, were they congratulating the government on every side? Were they what kind of message were they telling the Liberian people? What kind of message they were preaching when they were in opposition? From the international point of view, what kind of message they were sending to the international community? Relative governance in our country. I want to ask all of you. Today, I expect to hear you both from Liberia and outside Liberia. What kind of opposition engagement do you want to see between now and 2028? United Party was not sleeping. When United Party was in the opposition and it came to CDC, they were not even calling George Weah president. They were calling him Mr. Weah, including Joseph Baka, Darius DeLong, including Senator Lawrence. All of them were calling George Weah Mr. Weah. Their engagement with government, though, were they recognizing the CDC's effort, the government effort? When the CDC took over, what kind of opposition engagement we saw? Were they recognizing, were they working with the government? Were they silent? Were they quiet? When the CDC came to power, you saw the first year of George Weah. The opposition were pushing protests. They were pushing protests. They were engaging all their propagandists. Henry Costa, Prophet Keep, Yeke Koluba, Darius DeLong, all of them. The first year of the CDC, were they silent? Were they quiet? Did they give duration to the government and say we will wait after 2 years before we start to engage them? What kind of opposition you saw? During the Unity Party time when they were there and CDC were in power, you saw them quiet? You saw them giving you time? You saw them pecking you? That will peck CDC? Saying that they're coming to power, they're getting 2 months, they're getting 3 months. They were engaging. In fact, they were pushing evil agenda. From the level of the government, they never recognized George Weah as president. They were calling him Mr. Weah. They were condemning every project. Everywhere George Weah went to break grounds, they said there will be earthquake. Everywhere George Weah went to break ground, they say he's just breaking ground, but nothing will happen. Do you remember the Unity Party recognizing the effort of the CDC government when they took over? When they, the UP, were in opposition and George Weah was in power, they were not calling George Weah president. They said, somebody said, I will never call him president. They were proud about it. They were boastful. They were jumping around and said they will never call George Weah president. Joseph Baka is their president. You saw gasoline issue. You saw the issue of arrest. You saw how the opposition were pushing a lot of protests. When they were engaging the government, they were condemning every move of George Weah. They were condemning every effort of George Weah. They were condemning every move of the CDC government. From the level of the people, no. They were telling the Liberian people, George Weah brought cook. George Weah will not help you. George Weah the blood ball. George Weah will not make any difference. And what they were doing, engaging with the people in a sense of painting the government black. There were their bodies. They would take pictures from on the internet of happenings in different countries. They will remove the audio and use the Adobe auditioning and add their own voice. And say today, their bodies were found to Carricksburg. They found their body to Oro. They found some body to the junction. They were going to funeral homes. They were collecting abandoned dead bodies and dropping it in swamps to make CDC unpopular with the people. They were not silent. No, they didn't give CDC direction. No, they didn't say we will not be vocal until after 2 years. From the very day of George Weah inauguration, the United Party, the opposition, they got up. United Party took the lead. They planted all of their evil propagandists. They planted all their lobbyists, their evil lobbyists, to make sure that they push an evil message about the CDC from the level of the government to the people and the international community. What kind of opposition do you want to see between now and 2028? A silent opposition? An opposition that will give Unity Party 2-3 years? An opposition that will see and close their mouths and say, no, let me maintain the peace and watch them here and see the Liberian people are resolved. They didn't give you time. No, they didn't give you time. When it came to the government, the Unity Party, they didn't recognize George Weah. Joseph Baker was calling George Weah through or Mr. Weah. Senator Lauren was calling him Mr. Weah. Delon was calling him Mr. Weah. Jeremiah Cole was calling him Mr. Weah. Every one of them, including their followers, they say he cannot be called president. They desecrated the presidency. That sacred office. They desecrated that office and said they would never call him Mr. President. That was their fight. Every role that George Weah government were paying, they said there were 50,000 role. That was substandard role. Every move by George Weah, they said it was not what the people will eat, that hospital the people will eat, that yellow machine the people will eat, that NTA bus the people will eat, that scholarship the people will eat. They were criticizing everything of the government, the Unity Party. When it came to the people, they were telling the people, George Weah will suffer you. They incited the people. When they left the government, they came to the ordinary people and incited the people. They went to teachers and they politicized it. They went to health workers, they politicized it. They went to the civil servant, they politicized it. They went to the security sector, they politicized it. They were not sleeping. Unity Party fought George Weah from the beginning of his inauguration to the end of his leadership. Unity Party and the opposition, they fought George Weah from the beginning, from the day he was inaugurated to the day he turned power over. They fought him. They didn't give duration. They didn't give him time. They showed no respect for the rule of law. They disrespected the Minister of Justice. They violated laws in this country and came out in protest. They threatened to burn down Liberia. They threatened to stone George Weah convoy. I don't know yet. You saw a radical, robust opposition of the Unity Party when the CDC was in power. They came to damage you at the time. They wanted to make you unpopular with the people. They fought you. On the international scene, you saw what they did. They told the world that George Weah was engaged into dubious activities. They sent their lobbyists to the US. You saw Alexander Cummings and the rest of the folks. They send their people, their lobbyists, and pay hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars to make sure that the post sanctioned on CDC official as a way of weakening the government and making it unpopular with the Liberian people. You saw it. Were they silent? Were they quiet? You saw a quiet opposition led by the Unity Party. You saw them say for peace sake. They were not care about peace. They were ready to burn down Liberia because they feel it was their birthright. This country was built by their mind, their power. So they wanted it back. Where is the opposition? Where opposition community. When George Weah was in power, we saw the proliferation of political parties. No, George Weah will not give you an inch. Even though George Weah came with a fixed mind. While they were protesting, he was building roads. He was breaking grounds. But they fought George Weah. There was no time given, no duration. No duration. There was nothing good that they said about the CDC when CDC was in power. These United Party folks that you see today who say, let love Liberia, let pay Liberia, let think about Liberia. There were nothing they were thinking about this country. Joseph Boakai had no love for Liberia. Today, United Party is in power. George Weah took the country and gave it to them peacefully. They are in power. They in their tier year. It appears that to say there is no opposition in Liberia. It appears that Joe Boakai having free ride. Free ride. Oh yes, they say we're not allowed them to do what we did to them. What we do, we brutalize them. We will buy new guns, new arms and ammunition for the police. We will flog them. We will tear gas them. We will rape their girls. We will sodomize their boys. We will jail their officials, their former officials. Then we will allow our officials to go with impunity. Is that not what they are doing? Where is the opposition? Why are you giving United Party free ride? United Party see this thing as a free ride. And in this thing of the free ride, they are not saying 2029 they can use you, they can do the same thing they're doing to you. They can brutalize you. You think United Party want to get, you think United Party won't be in power forever? We're not saying the opposition to go bring down the country. But United Party were burning down Liberia when Joe Weah was there. United Party sponsored people to pour them on the street and burn tire on the quota. United Party were radical. They were threatening George Weah's life. They threatened to kill George Weah. You think today somebody to threaten Joseph Boakai life? You think you need a robust opposition? Oh? You need a robust opposition. And the lead is the CDC. You can't set your pantry. This is not a peace arrangement. No. When your people's homes have been damaged, when they've been evicted illegally, when their homes are then demolished, you're talking about peaceful engagement? You're talking about dialogue? Did the United Party dialogue with you? No. They said the bad things about you. You're acting as if to say there is no opposition in the country. You're giving United Party free ride. They ready, they collect their police and carry their police and say brutalize all of them. Take them there. Take the land from them. Who doing it to me? Take the land from them. They were all here saying bad things about the CDC all around. Your first year in power, then get your change. John, we have first year in power. You saw all the protests here. You saw the tension in the country. Certain that came the few issues, they got to go for a few Guinea. You saw the opposition running with Amos Tuwe, Mo Ali, all these people. They have people around. They have people on the internet. They were collecting day by day photo. They were collecting ballet from funeral home, dropping it all around. They kept the pressure on George Weah government. Where are you people? Where are you? There were other political parties that were in collaboration with the United Party, but United Party took the lead. In this one, they expect that CDC will take the lead. That peace talk you offer. That peace talk. Or you are to take a radical approach. It is the time now the people are depending. You know who they put depending on now? The people are depending on CDC. The people are depending on the opposition. And they look forward to CDC. And you see United Party, the way they're treating the country, the way they're treating your people, and you allow them to do what they are doing. No, nobody said go bring down the country. But you must show to them that you are that CDC. You are that CDC 2025, 205. That is CDC, the radical CDC. The CDC with the intellectual militant. The CDC that understands the modus operandi of our border politics. The CDC that when they say Amanda, you can feel it from every side. And that's the opposition we're talking about. Look, there can be no opposition with our CDC because the only face of the opposition in Liberia is the CDC. You can bring the ANC, you can bring the PAD, you can bring the MDFA, you can bring the other one. The face that the opposition in Liberia is CDC. And you can't carry the opposition with our George Weah. No, the Liberian people will feel complacent, they will not vote. Because their minds are made up. They are prepared to support the opposition, but they want to see the face of George Weah. CDC is the face of the opposition. You are giving United Party free ride. They just beating people. They just brutalizing people. They just burning down people's homes. They just doing all kinds of things. And they will look at you and say 2020, now they want is small. They collect your people. They threaten, they testing the waters, and they are going through. You are giving them free ride. But during your time, they mobilize the civil society. All the women organizations were all around the place with black clothes. You saw all these women with their crocodile tears. They were all around here. They were supporting their own for evil. When the government want to take action, they will go there and support their people and say government can't do it. They will defy government even to the court and say they will take their partisans. And George Weah will say, let's keep it cool. Today, are they keeping it cool with you? No. They're flocking your people. They bought brand new arms and ammunition for the police. Up to $15 million, they spent it on the police and brought in arms and ammunition when police salary cannot be increased. Just to brutalize you. And you are not engaging the people. Because the Liberian people is depending on the opposition, specifically the CDC. The Liberian people, their only hope now is the CDC. Because you even have an opposition community, CDC is the one that will take the lead. But you say that soprantly, as if to say you're not in the country. So, what kind of opposition do you want to see between now and 2028? Do you want to see an opposition that say, let leave it, the poster with George Ford and say, let leave it, the poster with Disa? You don't know when people are going through difficult times, that is when they know who is their friend. You don't know. You don't know. You don't know when people begin to face difficulties in life, that is when they know who is their real friend. When people are faced with challenges and ups and downs, that is when they get to know who is their real friend, who really love them, who truly love them. The Liberian people want to know their real friend, and they are counting on the opposition, and they are looking the direction of the CDC and say, no, these people can be our real friend. You should be able to mobilize. Look, all these people they are affecting, these people are important to you. You should be able to mobilize them. Even if you can't give them something, visitation is important. Visitation is important. Mobilization is important. Encouragement is important. Oh, you visit that. I saw the CDC youth wing with Alvin Wisa going to Satan. It's not only limited to Satan. No. There are many people who are still hurt that this government have caused them to be homeless. They are around. They are in the communities. They are in the counties. This is the time they want to know who is their real friend. When people are in trouble, that's when they know their friend, their real friend. When they are faced with challenges and situations, that is when they know their real friend. It is an opportunity for you. Right now, the gap is big, or you can see it clearly. You can see it visibly. It is clear. It is your turn. I'm not saying bring down the country. No. You will not be in a united party because anything you bring down, you UBA. That's why you bring down. You can't bring down the invisible part because you UBA when you're in power. No. I'm not saying go bring down anything. I'm not saying go bring down the executive mansion because it was your government that renovated that mansion. It was not the united party. It was under your government. I'm not saying go rule out those solar panel lights, because it was your government that brought in those solar panel lights that Joe Baka planted in the community and want to claim glory for. I'm not saying go uproot them. No. I'm not saying go burn the mini stadiums in those communities because you are the one that paid them when you were in power. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying a radical opposition. You're not talking. You gave Joe Baka free roll. You make Gregor Como passing around big mouth with big boast. And the guys are breaking the laws. Today they threaten you. You can't go on the street of brother. Nobody can gather anywhere. If they make you afraid today, why would they do 2029 that you will not be afraid? They are scaring you. They make you to think that there is no opposition. And they tell their friend, we in charge, we control that place. The American protest, we dead them. They can try it. Who will brutalize them? Who will assassinate them? Who will kill them? Yeah, we know that United Party is not a tolerant government. The government is not a tolerant government. They don't tolerate people. You need a more robust political party, an opposition. If you don't call Joseph Baka president, you commit no crime because he didn't call you president. He didn't call your George Weah president yesterday. It is a seed that they sowed yesterday that will germinate. Yesterday we saw women with black clothes. We saw old men with black clothes. They fooled the old man and they carried them to go protest. We saw the old people. Where are they? Where are they? Where are the old people? Where are you people? But we saw you, George Weah time. They gave your back around with oil. We catch some of the old men with blue wrapper and wet t-shirt, taking oil and money to go protest against George Weah. But it was George Weah that made prayer area for them. Today they are praying to fish market. You think when you were in power, United Party was taking side with you? There is no day that they recognize George Weah as president. No day that you heard people calling you. Even Joseph Baka, who want to call him president today. And you think he deserved to become Mr. President. But he never called George Weah president. How many of you are there? That your president, Joe Baka. Never called George Weah president. He always said Mr. Weah. Mr. Weah. And other men will not respect his grandson. Call him Mr. Weah. Today he's in the presidency. He won't put to worship him and call him President Baka. What kind of opposition do you want to see? An opposition I would say we leave it with God. An opposition I would say the people already seeing it. The people already feeling it. They themselves will decide. Look, the opportunity is here for you. All the people that Joseph Baka affecting, breaking their homes down, taking their property, giving it to foreigners, taking their property, giving it to the Lebanese, giving it to Indians, giving it to other people. You know who they're depending on? God first. Second, they are depending on the opposition community. They are depending on the opposition community. And who is leading the opposition? The CDC. Who they look forward to? It is George Weah. These people are in the communities. These people are in the villages. Joseph Baka can't go there because he is the one that created bad book for the people. The people are looking forward to you. If nobody will go there, they know the opposition will come there. If nobody will come say sorry, they expect the opposition to come say sorry. You look at you think United Party won't lead power? Do you listen to the things you guys can say when they sit in the night? When they go to Cinco there, someone an area in Cinco around 18th Street, they can go sit down and they go eat and drink. When you hear them discussing Liberia, what their plans, what they will do, and when someone share with me, I say, leave those people, they are frustrated. They've caused trouble. Most of the troubles on United Party folks, they are worried about their future. With the evil things that they did to CDC instead doing to them, they are doing to the Liberian people, they worry about their future. That is why they want to perpetuate themselves into power. But it will not be because the vote is not in the guns. Liberian people held them to gun for 14 years. You can't scare baby man. No. Somebody who born for 23 children and then you scare. You don't scare baby man. It's hard. It's difficult. power to opposition. CDC will not come to power. That fear. They are afraid. They are afraid because they know they are going down the bottom of their pit. They know that the Liberian people are tired with them. The Liberian people are tired with their governance. They were playing with you, yeah? They were playing with you. The poor went as far to the executive mansion. They went to the ground there. They bring coal. They poor carry such a day in Yeke then. They were using Yeke horse as their area to go and gather. You want to beg United Party? I don't know what kind of opposition you want to see between that 2028. Because if you operate like this, the minutes they want, we can tell the election, they can do nothing. They try to help people who flood the one, we run beyond that, we run beyond job, we are already run away. Those are the evil plans of the United Party. That they will use the guns, but they failed to realize 14 years the guns were here. 14 years, 250,000 of our people died. There were Liberian free in Burkina Faso, Libya, Israel, all across the world. As many young people they know about guns, so you can scare the big man. It's difficult, but they want to use the gun. That is why they went and bought new guns, ammunition for the police. We can scare the ones and they're afraid. But listen, the CDC we saw 205. The CDC we saw before. No, you got to wake up. You're giving them free ride. So when they wake up and ready, they will say, watch it. Mark my word. Mark my word. Mark my word. It will be the biggest tension pack in this country before 2029. They moved by the United Party to subpoena former President Weah. And you'll be here. You are here. You are here. The guy's last target will be on George Weah. George Weah. Their last target, even though they will not succeed, it will be the biggest trouble in Liberia. But I know the United Party will do it. I know. That is why they're testing the waters. That is why they're going around grabbing some people and they're jailing them. They're not giving them due process. They macro some things and do it and say the law is against you, the law is the law. United Party will do everything in their reach to take power. But one thing I know is that they will not take power by force. They will be United Party will leave the presidency with 2 butt, 2 neck, 2 hand, 2 back, bare legs. United Party will leave the presidency with boleke, political boleke. That's why they will leave the presidency with. But what I'm saying to you, a more robust opposition. The Liberian people are depending on the opposition, and the lead opposition political party is the CDC. And I can say to the United Party folks, oh my God, the CDC is recalibrating from every side, everywhere. You go in Europe, no CDC, you have numerical strength. You can't say about it. You go to the US, you go to Australia, no, a formidable folks. United Party no CDC. Who told you they don't know? That is why they collect their partisan police and say we gave them guns, we gave them ammunition, and let them kill the people. You will not kill everybody on election day. This opposition that I see, even though some of the political parties are sleeping, they don't even get 500 members. They will wake up tomorrow and say they are political parties, so-called ones. They don't even have 500 members. They will come from nowhere. Do you see their places around here? Do you see their offices? No. Look, United Party, they refused to call George Weah president. It was something that they planned. It was premeditated. We're not calling President George Weah looking at president to me. The United Party folks, the ones that are very cruel and wicked, they were brave to say George Weah can never be my president. That's why people say Joseph Boakai can never be the president. They will never call him president. Why can they offense? And you sow the seed. The same way I said George Weah can be your president. Some people in the opposition say Joseph Boakai can never be their president. He don't want to be their president. The same way you said George Weah was never worth. That's how they say Joe Boakai is not worth to be their president. That is how radical the United Party were in their stage of opposition when you were in power. When you were in power, that's how they were radical on you. They had their social media propagandists. Their own responsibility was to go to different countries, collect videos of accident, their killing of their citizens, brutalizing of the people, and they will carry that video in their room. They will take up the voice, use Adobe Auditioning, record something, and say, whoa, they're killing, oh, they're killing, oh, yeah, oh. Then they will record it, and they have it spread on the social media. And they say, come to our air, America. Liberians are dying under George Weah government. The police are brutalizing the people. They are killing the people. You can see here, this is one body found in Carisbrooke. They just found one dead body in Suffering. That's what they were doing. They held their evil propagandists because they wanted to paint you black. They were not silenced. They didn't say this is our country, let's get CDC 2 years. No, they came with their might of evil to fight you, to make sure that they make you unpopular. To make you unpopular. They came with a fixed mind. They came with a fixed mind. More Ali will say that in the corner, they are crafting evil. Amos Square will say that in the corner, they are drafting evil against the people of Liberia because they hated the CDC. Every day they were going to Yeka Koluba house. You will see Delon there. You will see Senator Lawrence there. You will see Mo Ali. All of them were going there. They were planning evil. They were planning evil. It reached a point when Joe Baker said, if the thing, it will get an election, we'll bring down Liberia, we'll kill everybody. It reached a point Joe Baker have to threaten the whole country and say, if we don't win the election, we'll kill everybody. Tomorrow, if you say we win the election too, we'll kill everybody. You think you'll be committing crime? No crime. No crime. United Party went the extra mile. These people can do anything. But listen to me. There is power in the people. Don't be afraid of guns. Because there are people in those security sector that tire with Joe Baker, that tire with their bad governance, that tire with the suppression, that tire with manipulations, that tire with evil attitudes. There are lots of them in all of the security sector. Don't be afraid. You need a more robust, ready to engage. You know who you're engaging? The opposition. You know who you should be engaging? The people. The people. The people. You don't need to engage United Party because they don't care. They are very reckless in their government. You don't need to engage the United Party. Engage the Liberian people. You saw Joseph Bagaya, you were engaging the people. Whoa, the fan the age of our government, what they killing, what they raping, they killing, all the time. They collect the 3 children, we are killing one not there. They collect the 3 children. Where? All our cases, where the investigation? Today, why Joe Baker can cover that investigation? Because they use all those lies, all those evil operations to make CDC ugly. You're not going to make them ugly. They're already ugly. United Party is already ugly. What kind of opposition do you want to see? A opposition, they live with God. They process it. They say with desire. Let's sit back. A United Party is bulldozing, breaking down homes, beating your people, grabbing your people, jailing them, lying on them. If they are going that extra mile, the next place they will reach out to Joe Weah. You think why the guys? I was able to interact with few members of the security sector, and they said, see. Some of the places you see you're going, when they go there. Some of them don't go in there or who hard. So those guys you see over there, those guys are evil. But we are there. Every move that they make, we know when they cause any chaos, we always create chaos. Nobody will force their way to power. The same way Joe, we have turned the country over to them. They will turn it over to the Liberian people. You need a robust opposition. You don't need a greedy opposition. You don't need a selfish opposition. Somebody said, Joe, we are supposed to work with the people. Joe, we are supposed to be a self-flexible. Something might be wrong with your brain. Maybe you get mud in your head. Joseph Baker ever worked with George Weah? Show me one day that Joseph Baker went for the Armed Forces Day celebration or the Independence Day celebration. All the way John Weah will go to Joseph Baker. Joseph Baker, one day he stepped a photo Armed Forces Day or any program, Independence Day celebration. All the good John Weah will go to him. Because they plan it. Don't attend his program. Don't go to any of his gathering. We must fight him. We must do all we can. We must say bad things about him. We must not call him, we should not call him president. He don't worth. He can't be. So today, if they say Joe Baker is not worth, why you vex? If they say Joe Baka don't deserve to be president, why you vex? You don't need a lazy opposition. You don't need an opposition who will say, we live it with God. When you live it with God, when God lead the earth with you, you won't lead the earth with God? You think God going to come down from heaven? Everything that the United Party did in opposition, Joseph Baka was aware. He approved it. He approved them. Yeke Koluba House was their base. Yeke Koluba House was the area they used to gather to plan evil against this country, to plan evil against Liberian. Today that you come to power, that you saying diplomacy, we're living with God. The person will decide. Who people will decide? Who people will decide? When the people are depending on you, then you telling them they must decide. When people's homes have been broken down, their businesses destroyed, their girls been raped by government officials, their boys been sodomized by government officials, and you are telling the people they will decide? No, they are not the one to decide. They are depending on you for guardians. They are depending on you. How will you tell the person yourself will decide that you're feeling the pinch? No. It is the time that they need you around. It is the time that they need the opposition. Who are they looking up to? Everybody looking up to the CDC. Because the CDC is the lead opposition. Look at CMC with Musa Belete. At the end of the day, Musa Belete looked up to the opposition and the main opposition party, CDC. What kind of opposition do you want to see? Between now to 2028, a opposition, I would say, let them decide, let them feed it. They don't want to bring Joseph Baka, so let them go through it. That the kind of opposition you want to see? When the people are depending on you and you are telling them, say, that you'll bring Joseph Baka, so you will feel the pinch. If the people don't have nowhere to go, if they've been abandoned by the people that brought to power, if they've been chased by the people that brought to power and they are running and thinking that those who in the opposition will be a help, those in the opposition will exalt them, those in the opposition will accept them, and you are telling them, say, hey, you'll bring Joseph Baka, go to him. What are you saying to them? What are you saying to them? No, they didn't treat you that. No. Every morning the men will meet at Yeke Koluba house. They will play anything. Let's do the one. Let's put the picking on the street. Go start calling people. Yeah, Jowia. They don't say, let's do Jowia convo. Other people say, they will grab people. They were brutal. They were killing seditions in Cameroon. They were killing sedition live on Facebook. They were killing them while they were in power. You think United Party took it easy with you? You think they came to... No! They come here and tell you the country for all. Let's develop the country. Let's build Liberia. You got to call it, you got to respect the papi. But Joseph Baka respected people. Joseph Baka respected. He showed no respect to the very presidency that he's in. That seat he's sitting down in. He desecrated that seat. Today you want people to show Joseph Baka respect. Oh. So you think other people were stupid? Look, we need a more robust, articulate, radical opposition. That CDC we saw in 2005. It is the CDC. That's your core way of doing things. Nobody say you're bring down Liberia. No, you can't bring down. When you bring down the country, then how we do it? No. For Gregory to stand and say, I dare. I get you 3 hours, by 4 o'clock, I'm move from here. Are you killing me? Gregory, come on. Hey, people telling you, you're gathering you get from now to 4 o'clock to move from here. What? They said that to CDC? And you are sitting down and allow these people brutalize your people. The best time for the opposition is now. The best time for the opposition is now. Because people are beating battle. People are confused. People are frustrated. People don't know where to turn. They don't know who to run to. They can't go back to a government that they voted for and abandon them and destroy them. They are looking up to an opposition community that will exalt them, that will accept them. They will not look at their affiliation. They will not look at their identification. They will look at their problems and look at their needs and wants and say, come up. There's no way time to say, hey, now you're for Joe Baka, you're good at. No. That is not what the people looking for. The people looking for a group that will accept them, no matter their condition, no matter that they voted for Joe Baka, but in the midst of their difficult times, they are looking for a group of people who exalt them. Look, at certain time in life, you don't look at people bad times. You don't look at their evil deeds. You don't look at what they did to you. When they are faced with difficulties, and those difficulties is coming from people who they stood by, and they coming towards you, who they criticize, you open your arms. You create possibilities. Oh, you make things available. You do the unimaginable. You do the unprecedented. You make way out of no way to exalt them because they are depending on you in the midst of their frustration. Let me tell you, the Liberian people are depending on the opposition, specifically the CDC. Don't break that. Don't break that. They are depending on you. 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 All the crying, you see the people crying around you. Whoa, 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 whoa. All the whoa you hear around the country. Everywhere people are crying. But you know one thing? The people said, still there is a hope. There is a hope. What is that hope? The opposition. And when they look in the opposition, who they see? We see George Weah. Who do we see? We see Bruce Ability. Who do we see? We see Benin Ayure. We see Alexander Cummings. Even though he quit to run. Yeah. Oh, but let me tell you something. The United Party you see here, that fear get these people. United Party know that they will lead the presidency with twist less, boleke, twist ear, no hair, no. Yeah, they know that one. But I'm saying to you, the opposition need to be robust. They need to be articulate. They need to speak out. You get set back, and you United Party, your friends here in power. You saw what they did to Jawia? You saw what they were doing to Jawia? Eh? Until they say, we will stone Jawia come for. We will stone his heart. Whoever to say it to Joe Baker. Eh? They said it to you. Costa said they would drag Jawia from the mansion. So when you say you will drag Joseph Baker from the mansion, you commit crime? They said that they were going to drag George Weah from the executive mansion. If you say we will drag Joseph Baker from the mansion and drag him to his house, you commit crime? Was that the kind of approach that the news on you? They were not thinking that the presidency was a sacred office. Their utterances, their reactions, their responses, they had no fear that the executive mansion was a sacred office. You don't desecrate that place. It was the place that they were desperate for to go. Today they have gone there. They want people to beautify the mansion. They want people to purify the office that they desecrated 6 years ago. When they wanted to drag George Weah. Today, when a Liberian said, we will drag Joseph Baker, we will drag King and King into a horse. Somebody say, how you can talk to your leader? You don't get fear, eh? You don't get fear for God. Oh, you know God. But you have fear for God? When you say you will stone George Weah, come for. You will drag George Weah from the mansion. You insulted George Weah, man, his late grandmother. You caused Clan Marie Weah. You caused Joel Howard Taylor here. None of you open your mouth because you say you will never recognize George Weah as president. As long he's president, including Josiah Joker, that your CSA boss. He told his kids, he said in the interview, my children, I told them to never recognize George Weah. So somebody too will never recognize Joseph Baker as president. Josiah Joker, you planted a seed. Look, you need a more radical opposition. Not this opposition that will be laughing and they are killing your people. They are making your people homeless. They're demolishing their homes. They're taking their property and giving it to foreigners and giving it to the progressive and the elite. And you sit down there and say they will talk for their say. And now what they bring, and they went and voted for Baker and they will bury their pain. No. It is painful already. They are looking for somebody who will calm their frustration, who will identify with them. This is when you get to know your friend. Who truly love you? Who are your friends? In times of trouble, there is when we know our friend. You don't think about the past. Let me tell you, if you as opposition will be talking, how do you put a United Party for here, break their heart, that they got Joseph Baker? No, you will miss the mark because they are already frustrated. They are looking for somewhere that will exalt them. They are looking for a rescuer. They are looking for somebody who will stretch their hands and say, don't drown, come on. Come on. That's what the Liberian people are looking for. And they look, they see an opposition, they see a political party, and they see a man called George Weah. You can't sit down there. You can't sit there. I'm telling you, you think Israel I can just talk because I want to talk. I'm telling you what I'm saying. If you're saying that you'll be talking, say, yeah, break it, Papa, break it. And now you'll bring Joseph Baga. The poor are already frustrated. Somebody in look, when people, you know, say somebody in water and a friend of coke. You know, say somebody in cold water and a friend of coke. No. The poor are already frustrated. Nowhere they can go. They are still hopeful that the opposition will go their way. They are hopeful that the opposition will remember them. Because they can't go back to Baka. Baka already break their homes. They already frustrated. Their markets were taken away. Their girls have been raped by Joseph Baka official. You don't do anything. They carry them home and they say they are in jail. Joseph Baka official men can rape boys. The guys are raping boys. They're sodomizing people. Everybody know what Joseph Baka people doing to them. So it's because they voted for Baka, so you will abandon them when Baka already dashed them on the streets. When Baka make them homeless, you as opposition, you will not exalt them. You will not create possibilities. You will not befriend them. You will not sit with them. You will not encourage them. You will say that y'all look for it. And y'all bring it back. Y'all will feel it. Y'all won't feel it. Y'all will feel it bad way. If my own people reject me, the people who are depending on to go to, I go to the mosque. The mosque reject me too. I go to the church. The church put me also. I go to that prayer ministry. They tell me to go home to. So what am I going? So I better die in my frustration. Let me just die the way I want to die. No. A radical opposition will not sit back and allow their people to go back into dungeons. No. You become engaging. You must engage them. Who told you the United Party men? No, you see what most of the men in the United Party then talking? Most of the guys that by 2027, 2028, they start rubbing shoulder with most of the CDC people. They will start coming close to you. They will start rubbing shoulder. They will start identifying with you. These guys know they have a future. You think how they want to enjoy their wealth, their money? All the money they're stealing here, you think how they want to enjoy it? Even the police can't help Joe Baka fast the army. Nobody can help Joe Baka. Joe, let me tell you something you know that I want to share with you. Joseph Baka will turn power over. Baka won't enjoy it. If you a other time to live, Baka won't enjoy it. Baka will turn this country over. Even though those guys are running, telling you, Papa, we might not be the job. We can take the country. Get buy enough weapon. But you fail to realize that many commandos here, they are ex-freedom fighters. You limo K guys are here. You limo J are here. Lofa defense for here. Fire defense for here. All the rebel your high, your tree, you know they stay here. All the ex-general, they are here. You know, now when you have access to them, they stay here. If you choose to go the path of the stabilizing the country, they are prepared. But Joseph Baka will not go that route. He will turn this country over. But don't relax. Why are you sitting by there's no opposition in the country? You say that Joseph Baka official, they are raping. They are evil society and they got to rape girls. Young children, they're raping them. Raping the children. See how I will rape that ball. The ball, holding the ball. Rape the ball. That devil of a one called Jala, that evil, that devil. Joseph Baka can sit down to you, hearing everything he can talk. He say, you rape them. You rape them. You kill them. Look, what kind of opposition do you want to see between now and 2028? Do you want to see an opposition that will say that they bring, then you treat them, then you bring and say the next time they will learn? How they will learn? Do you want to see an opposition that say, let's leave a man, 2020 not coming? How that thing Baka doing? But Baka is brutalizing your people, Baka grabbing your people, lying on them, want to jail them. Finally, they say that we can get to George Weah. And you are sitting down there, you say, yeah, you know, yeah. But your own time, the minute talks out with you. Your own time. Go ask Yeke. Yeke who they causing today. Yeke who tend to be devil. That Yeke horse, Amos Tweren used to go to. Senator Lauren will go to Yeke horse. They will go to Yeke horse and say, play anything. Find your boys. Your brain tire on the street. They never care. The police were here. Today they are in power. You want protest, Gregor come and threaten you. Greco Komafida, he the only man that was trained by Iran president. He was trained by Ayatollah. So Greco Alec Iranian. You know, Greco Koma Alec from Iran. He trained by Ayatollah. So I will kill anybody I see on the street. I will brutalize anybody. Look, let me tell you, there is power in the people. There is power in the people. The day the people got ready in Nigeria, Tinubu listened. The day the people got ready in Kenya, the president listened. There is power in the people. And you sitting down there as lead political party, opposition party, and you pay him the unity party. Let's get in 2 years. Let's get in 3 years. Let's get in 4 years. You paying them and they are killing your people. They are raping your children. They are sodomizing your boys. They are stealing the money and buying duplexes and mansions across the country. And you are there talking, say, and are there bringing, they will feel it. The next time they will learn. Then you're not serious. If that is why the opposition is thinking, then you're not serious. Because it is the time that the people depending on you. It is the time to go their way because they are frustrated. Oh yes, they are frustrated. Look, let me tell you, many of our people are frustrated already. Liberians, you know when you hurt one man, you hurting hundreds of families. You know how many United Party people frustrated? But when they come away, you tell them, say, hey, you put yourself back out there, you go back. No, you don't do it. You don't do it. Right now, is how can we identify with them? How can we encourage them? They are Liberians. No matter they vote for Joe Baka, they were not even know that Baka are going to treat them this way. So right now, they are on the streets. They are sleeping on market tables. Today, most of our girls are vulnerable because they don't have a place to sleep. They will have to force themselves to go live with men by force. They are scattered all around the city. What do you do as opposition? It is your turn. Look, there is a plain fee. You walk the fees of souls. You walk the fees of people. Lots of people are walking the fees and they are asking, who will take us in? Who will help us? Who will do this for us? It is your turn as opposition community. Look, let me tell you, without George Weah as the face of the opposition, nobody will go their way. You know what they posting hope for? Because they see someone in the opposition who is called George Weah. They are hopeful. We're not saying the opposition should take fire and start burning the executive mansion, should take guns and start killing everybody. No, but be radical. Be radical. Look, you know when Joseph Baga will realize that the opposition is serious? The day they see you come outside with 1 million people on the street, Joseph Baga will go for you. He will be in for you and tell the international community to talk to Liberian. Look, the police can kill everybody, even the army. You think the army is stupid that they will be killing their own people? No. That's why I want to ask you this morning, what kind of opposition do you want to see between now and 2028? Do you want to see an opposition that will be talking, say, and I then bring it, we leave, Baga will deal with them. When Baga finish with them, the next time they will learn. They will learn the highway. That the kind of opposition you want to see? Do you want to see an opposition that will be talking, say, hey, you go, you're Joseph Baga Pro, you go to Joseph Baga, you go to Joseph Baga. While they are coming your way, then you driving them to go back. They are leaving the fire, then you telling them to go back. They see you as a place of rescue, but you are telling them to go back to the fire. So they say, let's just say down right, when I go in the fire, when I go to them. So that's what's happening to many Liberians. Many Liberians around, they are frustrated. If they want kind of way, they say, hey, you won't go to CDC, the opposition will say that you put Joseph Baga there. Let me just sit down here. Let me sit down my problem. If God won't help me, will help me. So there are people who are frustrated. They shut their mouths because they're thinking that the opposition that should be absorbing them, that should be encouraging them, that should be drawing them, are the one pushing them back in the fire. So they won't go in the fire. They won't come to you. They just sit down on the road and they feel, if I will die, let me die here. If I will not eat, let me be here. If I will be prostitute, let me be prostitute. So nobody want to accept me, especially the opposition that they rejecting me. What kind of opposition do you want to see? What kind of opposition? What kind of opposition do you want to see between now and 2028? Yeah, just do it. Yeah, just do it. That 2020 now waiting for. 2020 now we will show our color. 2020 now we will cancer. Have you gone to the communities? Have you gone to the township? Have you gone to the boroughs? Have you gone to those towns and villages and chiefdoms and clients? Have you gone there to see what is happening to our people? Joseph Baga borrowed a yellow machine from China. They are coming to break down all those mud houses along the road going to those countries. You think the people are not hopeful? The people who only hope is the opposition. And who in that opposition you think they are people hoping? That George Weah. When the people look to the opposition, they see George Weah. Even the very opposition political parties, their only hope is George Weah. If they were going, they would say, yeah, George Weah getting from up. You like George Weah? If George Weah say, I'm not going, they will say, no, you got to go. You can't kill the momentum of the opposition. Today, Joseph Baga won't put to call him Mr. President. Today, the United Party folk won't put to respect the government. Today, the United Party folk won't put to, they might pay Joseph Baga and say, yeah, Papa doing well. But yesterday, they were talking about killing George Weah. They said they might drag George Weah from the mansion. Anybody talking about drag? You think when somebody said they would drag Joseph Baga from the mansion, they commit crime? They commit no crime. Because that was the kind of see the plan. You know why they were radical at that? Because we want to show CDC that the election, nobody can do anything. Who will protect the election. That's what they were doing. So they were proving themselves from the beginning who will be radical. Who will be radical on the internet, who will be radical online, who will be radical offline. So they're taking that radical approach. They started from the day George Weah took office. You saw protests. You saw Costa calling for people. You saw Yeke calling back causing George Weah man. You saw Prefect Key. The guys were ever front. Even today when you have people causing Joseph Baga and causing everybody, you think they commit crime? They commit no crime. Because Joe Baga have people that they planted to cause George Weah, to cause the other people, man. I want to see them say, Jane Prefect Key, you're jumping on your Ryan, looking at you. They just fooling you. They will soon put that ball out. United Party good at tricks. You think when the proposal and cause Joseph Baga, you think they commit crime? And Joseph Baga sponsor put to cause George Weah, man. Joseph Baga no shake, you can't call by him. Here, wef. Then why yes, some of you causing Prefect Key wef. Look at her. She get men and making cause woman. However, Joe Baga who get wef and allow people to be causing other people wef. Y'all say down there, y'all say your opposition, y'all want a diplomatic. Diplomacy. That's why you're applying. And you saw how radical United Party were we are. They engage you. Joseph Baga ever called George Weah president? Joseph Baga ever attended one Armed Forces Day? The July 26th celebration, you saw Joseph Baga there? Then I see some of those ministers and political Pharisees saying, why George Weah can't go on program? Something wrong with your brain. Why you ask your pa Joe Baga? Why you been going on inauguration? Why you been going on Armed Forces Day and our independent with George Weah our president? That's how they were radical. They will abandon all George Weah thing. They stay away from all George Weah program. More Ali, Amos Tuer, all of them told Joseph Baga, don't go on none of the program. Abandon it, Pape. When you go there, you acknowledge the fact that George Weah is doing well. Don't go anywhere. Today, if George Weah don't want to go anywhere, that force, he commit crime. You don't know the seed that you sowed. A radical opposition is needed. A robust opposition is needed. Stop dining and whining with these people. They never dine with you. They consider you. They fought you from day one until you left power. And you sitting down there, you can't say we got friends and you know our country. What's wrong with you? But Joe Weah, he can keep grudge. He can forgive. No, Joseph Baga can forgive. Joseph Baga can forgive. Joseph Baga can forgive. Before one day he go on one Armed Forces program. You see Manaseli and the Pape, they always talking. Manaseli, but Joe Weah, he get Biha. Oh, fellow the tasso. Joe Weah get Biha. Joseph Baga get Biha. Show me the day. Name one Armed Forces day that Joseph Baga went to. Mo Ali then told him to never attend George Weah program. He agreed to it. That old man you see of the president, he agreed to it that he will not attend any program. And I see some of you funny United Party folks say that and say, George Weah get Biha, you can forgive. You can forgive? You can forgive? A more radical opposition is needed. A more robust opposition is needed. Oh my God. Don't tell the people say you go back and you bring Joseph Baga. Don't do it. Don't tell it. And I vote for him, he will pray your harder. Don't do it. Don't do it. Especially you citizens, don't do it because you are the lead opposition political party. Don't do it. Why do you think some of the citizens paying for children school feeder from the United Party? Don't do it. I'm telling you serious thing. A especially you the seditious. No, it is the time to exalt everybody. Look, right now the fire had Liberians are frustrated. The only hope is God, and that second hope is the opposition. Who in the opposition you think those frustrated Liberians are looking up to George Weah? When they look in the opposition community, who do we see there? Oh, George Weah there. Yeah. They are hopeful because there is a man called George Weah. Don't push them. They already been pushed by Joe Baka. Their homes have been demolished. They've been evicted illegally out of their homes with no compensation. They are on the street, sleeping from entry house to brother house. People cursing them. Today, women that know themselves, they are beggars. Women that know themselves, they wait for people to cook before they eat. Before yesterday, they were supplying people because Joe Baka wickedness of his government. Today, our people lands are taken. Churches have been broken down. Mosques have been destroyed. People faith and their religion have been, look, they desecrated the Muslim, the mosque, the Islam. Just imagine, police will enter the mosques and they start chunking all the people mad under this government. You saw it to Red Line. You saw it to Battle Factory. They broke down the church. You think who the people depending on? They are depending on God. Their second hope will be the opposition. If they are coming your way and you are telling them, say, y'all go, and y'all bring Joseph back, y'all go, y'all will feed it. Are already coming from in trouble. The people who are coming to help me and then telling me I'm going to go back. Be wise. A more radical opposition is needed. All the big mouth you see these folks are making because they feel that you too relaxed. Joseph Baga will soon be going to Reboji, Fishtown. George Weah government was paying a cash hub for Central Bank there. George Weah started that project. Joseph Baga going to that plane, went dedicate and say he a government. Even a United Party guy in Fishtown said he can't be here. Joseph Baga is ungrateful. The Liberian people are depending on the opposition. You know why they're depending on you? Because there is someone in the opposition that have been there for them and they abandoned him. They rejected him. Today they have realized. That is why they are coming back. Don't drive them. Don't push them away. Don't cause them. We should not tell them say you are good for nothing. No, they are something. Because their only hope is the opposition. God first. Second is the opposition. Who they look for in the opposition? They look for George Weah. If Musa Belete were collaborating with the opposition, Musa was there, George Weah getting from up. Because George Weah is the face. A more radical opposition doesn't mean that you must take guns and start to kill everybody. A more radical opposition doesn't mean that you should burn down the executive mansion. You should chase Joe Baka. No, that is not the opposition I'm talking about. I'm talking about the opposition that will go into the trenches, into the bushes, and every rejected and abandoned Liberians will be exiled. The opposition that will not look for identity, they will look for Liberians. They will not look for identity, party affiliation, they will look for Liberians. That is why the people are desperate and crying for you. They can be coming your way and you are kicking them outside. They can be coming your way and you cursing them too. No, they want to be hopeful that we see an opposition community, but we see one man in amongst the opposition, and that is George Weah. We are hopeful. They can be coming your way and you cursing their mouth too. They can be coming, I'll go, and I bring it, they will pass your table, they will buy your clothing, oh, feed it. Yeah, you say you're stupid. Yeah, I'll put Joseph back. No. Even though you can say these things, but they are not necessary now. Because you walk the feast of souls. You walk the feast of Liberians. You walk the feast of abandoned people. You walk the feast of frustrated families' hairs. There are people who will never pension George Weah. Joseph Baka came, Joseph Baka pensioned them. You know, when you sack one family hair, one family, you are sacking almost 100 to 150 family hairs. A more radical opposition. What kind of opposition do you want to see between now and 2029? A opposition that will tell you, y'all go, and y'all bring Joseph back, y'all go, hey, break it, Joseph, break it, y'all feed it. Is that the kind of opposition do you want to see? Do you want to see an opposition that will exalt everybody? Look at forget their things because it has happened already. Yes, they voted for Joe Baka. Joe Baka is the president. You can't change it until after 6 years. So because of that, are you abandoning them? You don't need their vote. It is their vote will accumulate victory for you. So it is their vote you are looking for. What kind of opposition do you want to see? What kind of opposition? I saw Admiral Wisa and other seditions in the Satan era. It was indeed welcoming. Because that's what the people looking for. You think one made Luther Tappen to go there? They got envious and jealous. You think the people really cared about Luther Tappen and the rest of the folks from United Party? No. No. George Weah might not be able to go there. Musa Benete might not be able to go there. Alexander Kuhlman might not be able to go there. Benin Ayure. No, you can go there. Your Accelerates, your Youth League, your Women League, your Baby League, your Children League. Why do you think hundreds of seditions outside the country, they pay the fees of United Party family here? They pay their house rent. They send their children to school. Scholarship schemes been created. You know why? Because they look for the bigger picture, not for your affiliation. Because right now, Liberians are frustrated. It is no more time for affiliation. It is time to draw people together because they are of the essence for 2029. What kind of opposition do you want to see? The opposition, they do what they want to do. When 2029 comes, they will turn the country over. That the kind of opposition you want to see. Why they are brutalizing your people, they are lying on your people, putting false crown on them, grabbing your citizen, putting them in jail, and so we'll use the guns, we'll use the same gun on them. Do you know the United Party garden is smart? They're smart. They're not smart. Because all of them doing what they, but all the train, the Zoko train, see what they, all of them know how to fire a weapon. All of them people they see to Center Street, all of them know. Some of the guys, even in the police, they have not seen Berita. They have not seen Berita, but I need to hold my hand. They have not seen Berita before I talk about 106. Yeah, before I talk about M203 or M16. The only AK-47 boys are new store. Those are Husa and thing, and they don't know them. They're used to tear gas. But all the children you see passing around the street, all of them you see, they can hear them say they set it pregnant, they set it pregnant. So nobody can scare baby man. Look, I know I want to see a more robust opposition political party. I don't want to see you talking about let leading when 2029 can the people will vote. What you call the people will vote? That's why Gregory Coleman threatening people all around here. Gregory Coleman giving people guns to kill people, giving people all kinds of nonsense to do to them. I don't know. Fine. And my nephew saying used to M60. He used to M60. No matter all these things you guys are doing. Look. I have a friend who decided to help some Unity Party folks. The kids are in school. You know what he said? He said, Israel, we need all these people. Look, the best time for the opposition is now. I'm saying it again. The best time for the opposition community is now. The best time for the opposition community is now. The best time for the opposition is now. Who is taking the lead in the opposition? The lead political party, everybody looking up to that CDC. That CDC, it is the best time. It is the best time. They were about to break some people's homes behind MTA. The sister called me and said, boss, here. A guy looked at me and said, see, I'm Unity Party, man. I voted for Baka. My brother, I didn't know that this thing I was creating my own monster to come for me. My brother, can you help me? We have to create possibilities. I was not looking at his affiliation as Unity Partisan. I was looking at the bigger picture Liberian. This man carry vote. And this man have other family heads that carry vote. You think the opposition don't need the votes? They need them. They need them. It is the best time for the opposition. It is the best time for them. When I say be radical, I'm not saying fight war. Be radical to engage them. Be radical to persuade them. Be radical to go after them. Because we walk a feast of souls. And many of our people are frustrated. What do we do? Do you leave them there? When you are radical, you go towards them. When you are radical, you go for them. When you are radical, you persuade them. You rescue them. You are the true rescuer. The opposition. What do you think Benete is going deeper? And Joseph Bakate, them are all Benete for. They might grab Benete gun. Why do you think they are going deeper and deeper? Because the more you stretch, the more you take territory, the more you enlarge your cause. That they vote for Baka, when they feed it the next time, they will one next time. And that's the next time you're looking for. The next time they will decide. Ain't that the next time you want Georgia to be president? Ain't that the next time? Ain't that the next time you want to vote for Georgia 2029? So when you tell the people, y'all go. The next time you will learn it how. Oh, that is simple. You go to tomorrow for their vote. If they were in need and you abandon them, if they were dashed by Unity Party and you the opposition, you two, you dash them. You think tomorrow the post say, "Me, I'm going to know. I'll sit down. I'm voting for nobody. I'm voting for Georgia. I'm voting for Baka." I will just sit down, tear the voting card, or I keep it. What I'm telling you, because I know what I'm telling you. Liberians are different kind of people. The fee is right, though. The fee is right. There is nowhere you will go, no story there. There is nowhere you will go, no frustration there. There is nowhere you will go and people will not be crying. Everybody crying everywhere. While they are crying, they are still looking the way. And they are saying, oh, where the opposition? Where the opposition? Where the women that used to wear black? You can see Joseph Bagapo, but Georgia was there, you see her in black. Senator Lauren used to wear black. She carry all the women there. They get together. They will get together and they go to the woman play. How they call your former Chief Justice, Gloria Scott, and they're singing, whoa, women right, women right. You will see Miata formula there. All of them, a rascal brother, eight woman formula. Why can't you pay more on Georgia after eating all the country money? He failed, he blunder. Nobody will think about him. They can't. They're running all around. Georgia, done you saw them, yeah? The women there. Where are the women? In fact, Joseph Baka convinced even prayer mother to go against George Weah. Today, those prayer mothers now they realize it. No way, they are coming back. Should we dash them? Should we tell the old man, y'all go? Y'all with Joseph Baka? No. Some of the things you see George Weah doing, that Joseph Baka planted those seeds, and that they see germinating in George Weah. George Weah, our president, one day you heard Joseph Baka go on Armed Forces Day. Then somebody can look at me, but Israel, we got to build a country. And a woman, and Manaseli attended the program where George Weah can leave everything and go there. You know what I told him? I said you can collect your whole family or go there. George Weah is not a stupid man. Besides the Liberian stupid people. Joseph Baka is George Weah project. And Joseph Baka was brave to pay George Weah with evil. Why George Weah won't do that? So they can press in the thing and give it to him. You think when they say, you hear say the people say, people can die. You hear people can die before their time? Because of stupidity. People die before their time because of carelessness. Yeah, people can die before their time. That's why when people can say, nobody died before. A blatant lie. You die before your time when you stupid. And your hair on your shoulder and you know how to control it. They will poison you and kill you in the morning. And Georgia will not be that sacrificial lamb for any of you. A more radical opposition. What kind of opposition do you want to see? Let's open the telephone lines on 077-223-9933, 0886-304497. The women line 077-980-375. Let's hear you on the program. Talk about it. What kind of opposition do you want to see? Opposition engaging the people? A radical opposition? What kind of opposition do you want to see between now and 2028? That's why I don't know the kind of opposition you want to see. But for me, I'm just telling you what you should do and how is the field. I'm just wait, we are coming. The poor calling already. Okay, yeah, I'm done already over. I can give you a whole 1 hour to call. Where is this? Okay, so let's take the person here on the women line. Good morning.
Yeah, morning, sir.
Yeah, let's hear you. What kind of opposition?
Sir, he said all this money. Sir, everything that you talk that true. They put on, they say, John, we are the bar. All men that were running in the country now, Joseph Baka coming to come rescue them. Nobody gonna think we passing through. Nobody gonna suffering, we suffering at it. Israel now is a people suffering. Wow, this is they gonna what we get to Joseph Baka? What? Look at yes, and the people crying, they cry for joy we are need. Wow, my God, they gonna resolve. We suffer you. Israel, we suffer you. We suffer you.
Okay.
Rescue. But, only, on the night, we will front. We will front. with attention. Thank you, Ezra. Morning.
Thank you so kindly. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Ezra.
Yeah, let's hear you.
Yeah, Peter Bar calling from Josephine. Ezra, you say what kind of opposition you want to see? The opposition, we the solution. Because I know you're not opposition. As the way Musa Bete doing development, and we are development giant already before the Musa Bete join on. We the solution, when they have break out the 2 down. Then we go for them and call for them. Therefore, then we help them.
Okay.
They just destroy the people's room. Then we go for them. And I say, yeah, they look for it. I need to get them with that. They look for it. But let me tell you, while the are going through, let me tell you, while the are going through now, the mayor, the bureau on now, where they now wash your brain and put tasks for clean it. I said, no, we're not coming to say that. They say you need people that rule away for 175 years. They're thinking about it. Having behind the local, you saw how to have a free wire. They were going to school, they were learning their hour opulent to be minister, director, the person will be profited. We will go to the pool and go for our own. The country for that open our eye. They will go there and go for that man. Let me tell you, and the opposition of war. When you bring the poor down, go there and go for them, bring them back. Why to say, because they go to them, because they were having a homeless. That would make them comfortable. Thank you very much.
Thank you so kindly. Let's go on this side. Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning. Let's hear you.
This is Meriton. You know, you are. It's not.
You got Meriton. You got to change that your position, please. Change that position. Coming back. You're breaking. Good morning.
Thank you. This is Edmund Carr, and I'm the visitor instead and pushing for the return of the person. We are 2029.
Okay.
We need opposition unity. That's why we need opposition unity, because it is very, very difficult for the opposition to be divided and then expecting to achieve the necessary result. Out of all, have a common goal. So the important thing that is there, it is good for all to unite. Although some of the opposition that are there, you don't really depend on them for unity except for 2029, we don't know, but the rest that are there, we are very, very sure that they are on board with CDC. Subsequently, we will work together. Look, let me tell you, the country is very, very difficult in chakla. And this is why I have always said, continuously to our supporters, to our followers, that the reason why you have people voting for Unity Party, CDC, ANC, CMC, is because of multi-party democracy. You have the multiplicity of political parties in the country. Meaning, I will vote for CDC, you will vote for Unity Party, and you will vote for ANC. But when the results come, you will come to realize that your own voting that you did, the return was not good for you. That is why we talk about. So sometimes, although we know some of them, personally, during the campaign and during the election time, we know some of them that voted. But how do we know when the people go into battle factory to break that whole place down? How do we know that they are Unity Party thing? We don't have political microscope to determine that. CDC among them, Unity Party there, ANC there.
Yeah.
So all we do is to stand with them, because in 2029, you talk about you need a number. You need to open your arm and accept people and welcome people on board. Because they have already realized that the decision that they made, the impact is not good. See what is happening to Nima. Yesterday, I was very, very terrified. Since we left the war, that was the first time I heard real machine gun. The shooting at the people. The killing them. Why is it happening here? It happened in Nima County. Then the question that you were asked, that's why Senator Johnson went the other way around. Do you think that if he was staying here, that thing that happened yesterday, it was going to happen? No, because the people cry, the people protested. That these people that we are working with, the $1.2 billion, $1.4 billion what we're doing here is now concluded. We're not getting our benefit. We're not getting our wages and everything. The citizen of that country, the senator, the representative, they are sitting. Say the labor minister could not intervene. They would have stepped in and making sure that what happened yesterday don't happen.
Okay.
But it's all happened yesterday. So should we go to tell them that you are paying for your action? The only we can just remind them that the voting that you did, this is what you are getting in return.
Okay.
Your own market that you sold, the market that all was selling, your own that you buy, your own is a buy product that all we can remind them of, but not to mob them because of what they subscribe to. So we pray with them, and we pray and hoping that all continue to hold together as an opposition unity, so we can see how best we can have the number. So as for the 12th May night, 2029, the number will be encouraging. If even they have any plan to do anything, they will not have the ability to do so. Thank you, Israel.
Thank you so kindly, Edmond Count. Thank you so much for your analysis. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, let's hear you.
Thank you, Bawia here. This is the Common Board Chairman, and Chiwampi Willie. I join you from Sogoye District 4.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I heard a question of what opposition do we want. Am I correct?
Yeah, we want to see between now to 2028.
Thank you very much. For me, I see that we got a giant opposition that is still sleeping. We want this opposition to be awake. We want a very much vibrant and opposition that will be to the task in putting this government feet to the fire. Nobody should say, oh, no, there's a role for opposition. That's not responsibility. Somebody say, oh, we want to be a responsible opposition. No. Do not lie at them. When you are not lying at them, you see where the wrong is and you put a feet to fire. It's also a responsibility. But we cannot allow things to be sliding. See what the guys they want in opposition. We don't want to beg them, but we want to do the real thing. Look, see that accident to play around that I know Nigeria house. Is that our accident? Where you say accident to play 3% by the lane in the same direction, and car lying now without nothing happened to it. You're looking get you turn the car by itself. These are things that we want the opposition to be raising the red flag on and look at the incident in Nima County there. That was very disproportionate action. You cannot see our citizen, your citizen agitating for better or working conditions, for better salary, and you take on live bullet against them. That's not our proportionate force. It was very disproportionate. You shouldn't have done it. These are things we want the opposition to be standing up for. Look, the responsibility of keeping peace in the nation rests squarely on the shoulder of the government. But I see my opposition I'm part of are too much care about keeping peace and allowing the government to ride on it and bully them. This government is bullying the opposition. When you want to say things, they call your name. They do it when they not let the country do. That's not it. That's just a strategy of bullying the opposition to just be where they are and allowing them to cut the shots and allowing them to be paying 10 million property around and allowing them to be riding 4 billion cars or doing a rescue and allowing them to just be enjoying while the people are in impoverished life and they are suffering. That's not the way it should be. Opposition, please stand up as of now and move the needle to where it belongs. Thank you.
Thank you so kindly, my brother. Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning. My best friend is this is council.
Yeah, council, go ahead.
Number one, now, my man. The LG say, well, go and meet the Senate Bureau. So, I want to tell all my adult council, all the old lady, man, every one of us, we should go there Saturday to meet our leader. And when you go to your speaking uniform. Thank God. But what I want to say, Papa, that is going on. And we can put together and get it there one vote, one time for that to move from there. They all see it. But they sit down there and say they're going that. So, one all to bring with us. You go, wow, yesterday. The other one is shooting. That what was going on. And somebody agree. I said, go see what is going on. I want for God to car off. Thank you.
Thank you so kindly, Council. Samson Blow, Big Brother Samson Blow Mongo, right? The May Day elections rigging or horse breaking in Uganda, Tanzania, and the Cameroon should serve as a litmus test as to come at forth in 2029. Objectively, the corrupt Unity Party-led government's only hope to hold on to power is to rig the 2029 election with impunity. Daryl Macau writes, I'm enjoying you speaking this morning to our leaders who want to represent a sleep at Ojo. Let nothing is happening when so many things are happening that some action by opposition parties need to take actions. Let's go back to the telephone lines on 077-223-9933. Let me take this person from this side. Good morning. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Brother Seer. This is Joseph Colley calling from New York and to our Liberian people. My brother, I've heard you. You said a lot this morning, a lot of good stuff you have said. But you see the part about it, they say experience is the best teacher. We, as Christian, you look in the scripture, you see what happened. Moses, when Moses was going on, when the children of God were going through that in Egypt, God knew that Moses had passion for him.
Mm.
But you know what? God had to train Moses to be patient, tolerant. And then what he went through all of that. And we all saw it. Instead of 40 days to travel, it took them 40 years. My brother, election got consequences. I know it's painful. A lot of us in Liberia should be thankful, even those who are in the diaspora. But because we hear the thing, it breaks our heart because they are our people. We don't say that we go to work every day and that we are not satisfied of what is unfolding and what our people are going through. But that is a decision they took. So it comes with consequences.
Mm-hmm.
But when they don't learn, the next time that they make this kind of mistake, it will be detrimental. Because the part about it is like you going through this year, all this time, and then you come back 2029 and go put it, that one, it will be a disaster because it will not care no more. You know, the part will not care. It can trick you like that the first time. The second time of going, that one forget it. They will just destroy a lot of you people. They won't care. It will be the man last time of being there. He will not care about your life. But we are here. And, the people are going through, we feed it. And this is why, we take our time. Sometimes we got a low finances. We all share. But if they don't go through it, that you just say, oh yeah. Even Moses, look at the sister. They were all there. It's the same scenario. They were there talking about Moses, why Moses is so special that he got to do this, or he the only one that they, talking about his woman and thing. But God got angry. And put our disease on her that she had to go through. So it's painful. Our Liberian people, we sorry for what you guys going through. We all feel the pain. We who are in the diaspora, even those who are all there with you that doing some long work, they feel the pain. But this is a decision we took, so we got to live with it. Yeah, but we pray. Yes, there is still hope. Okay, the opposition, there is hope, but we got to understand that election got consequences. When you take this kind of decision, this is what happened. You got one old grumpy papi who brought a cook and thing, put them in that place and thing, and somebody serving, or how they call it, at the high court making no kind of decision. We don't condone the attitude of that crazy man who are doing all that thing. But does that mean we should circumvent the law? We got a law because we got a nation to defend all of us. So we don't pick and choose. It don't be you today and then tomorrow, then you're going after other people. Where's the freedom of speech that we're talking about? So you want to restrict the freedom of speech now? I know you, okay, you can go free. But when the Peter, oh no, we got to put them behind bar. This is not justice. It's crazy. That's what they call jungle justice. That's what the Chinese man said about your own court, that there is no law and order. And you people are saying it. When you bring one crazy old man in power, this is what can happen. Brother, God bless you all, man. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so kindly, Joseph, there from New York. Thank you. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Israel.
Yeah, let's hear you.
The person calling from everything because this in the learn precisely Keba.
Okay.
Israel, what go around, come around. Joseph Waga go or come down. They see his soul that they are weeping. He and his minister, whosoever that working on him.
we will continue to call them by their name. If they wanted the same respect, they could call the next administration the name that they deserve. So we will continue to call them Waka, we will call them Regime Speaker, whatsoever name is they will call them. Then they will not come be suppressing people of giving them respect. Firstly, when one respect, you should firstly give respect to even your children first before they see you. When we not give respect to anybody, then meaning you not deserve respect. So we will call them by their name. Thank you.
Thank you so kindly. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Pierre.
Yeah, let's hear you.
Thank you. My name is Lucas Sandy. This morning I'm calling from Chicago State. Well, the question is, what type of opposition we want to see before 2020? We want to see before 2020 now. Small opposition.
Yeah.
It's true. But the fullest opposition party that will be strong now is the CDC, because the matter of fact is that the issue of ANC and Liberty Party, they all were part of the party before, and they all crafted a document that today that hurting in the platform, making them homeless. So they will never come out to speak without the CDC. And that's true. It's not for the CDC to start moving the bureaucracy to identify with people that in need before the time can reach or reaches. Because now, you see, well, you know, sometimes you don't know what good for you that what can happen. How can you let the old man who tell you that I am living on Zoom? You, hey man, no all country can do besides that doing. You see, there's the one who you know, even here is even like that. So my brother, we choose that we are so well. Yesterday, the communication around the party around the world, we will not making sure to meet the people because the government now is running off.
Wow.
They get set up over there. And then we'll have to also the opposition, you know, come together. It is true. We need them. TMC, all one of them to put their hands together and come together and start working before 2049. Thank you, everybody, for putting me the time.
Thank you, my brother. Good morning.
Good morning, Federal Israel.
Yeah, go ahead.
And good morning to our patriotic citizens of our country, Liberia. My name is Wolverine P.C. Beach, the third. And I want to be called the opposition's down. So let me say thank you so kindly for always giving me the opportunity to speak to national and critical issues. But thanks, you see, our country today, I join you from the place where our people are still fetching water from the drainage in Central Memorial here, where our people are going at the riverside to defecate. No public latrine. Stay with our community this morning. Veterans in our community here, our people are living in worry. In fact, the public hospital are here, bad conditions. We call on the American embassy to take that tour again like they did on a judgment, we administrations. See no medicine in the facility of the government facility. Let them take that tour. Let them come to the community. It will pick the imagination to know that the government facility that is here, the hospitals, the workers can leave from here 3 o'clock. The facility that are here, the government facility that are here, they were doing delivery. But today, Mr. Blacker, who came on a matter of experience, today, no delivery. So if you have your way, I have that plenty. And then, you think that by the time it's 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock a.m. for delivery, I'm begging you, if it was as emergency, I'm telling you for free, veterans, that lady will die or that child will die. We are suffering our country. That's why you see Liberians are protesting. 2 days ago, Minister of Finance, you saw huge number of people, almost 20,000. Other than that, some over there, only few. Then the government come out with statements saying that, in fact, they are not under the administration. But they forget to know that government is continuity. You have to come down to the people and speak to them.
Okay.
Do it. So veterans, we want to say thank you, and we'll continue to champion the message that people that the people can hear in Butu. Thank you so kindly.
Thank you so kindly. Good morning. Okay. Good morning.
Thank you very much. Good morning, Ezra.
Yeah, good morning.
Thank you. Ezra, I'm Spencer Mohammed, and I call my Popo Kono, down Coast Spoon Hill, Western Community. Ezra, thank you very much. You said it all. Israel, I think it is now time that the opposition community try to solidify their relationship so that we can take these gangsters and these guys from America working to loot and raping our country and bringing on so suffering on our country. We can get them out immediately, effectively by 2029. And it is now time that our party, Massive Congress for Democratic Change, take on the matter to get into strong communities. People whose homes have been demolished, people who have been homeless, people who have been remanded on 1990. It is now time that our party take on the matter to visit the people and try to console them. Look at what is happening in our country today. It will touch your mind and reflect and make you to remember the dark days of Liberia. And you listen to the guns that were fired in Nimba County, more especially where Joe Parker got 144,000 from. The guns that fire in that place, it reminds us about the famous October operation in Liberia. Things are not just right under Joe Nima Boakai. He promised us jobs. He promised us when he comes we will work. He promised us NGO. But today what we are getting here, we are getting on so suffering. Our people are made homeless on a daily basis. Our brothers and neighbors have been shot on site because of their own protestation for their job benefits. See the guns that shot in Nimba yesterday is very frustrating and remind us of our dark days. Some of us who lost our parents, we begin to cry yesterday when we heard the gun sound that this man who quote unquote that was experienced, he came to deliver us or came to rescue us and reminding us of the dark days. It's very unfortunate, but the man who told us that when he come with work to pay us back with God is very unfortunate. It's unfortunate, but the man who told us that he came to rescue us to pay us back with social boards and God load of job is very unfortunate. So Israel, the time is allotted to us is very insufficient, and the time is always insufficient, and we always come here to make our input on national issues. Okay. We want to call on the opposition community, come together, solidify our position so that we can get these cancers out come 2029. Thank you very much for always giving us the opportunity to make our voice on national issues. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chief. Thank you. Spencer, good morning.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, let's hear you.
Good morning, Papa. Jama Bessie. Waka play all the devil. Why do you play all the country? A preacher was telling us the people back at read, Jama will read it. Jama party. The national of city matter, listen to it. Eh? That the pay our father was coming from. That the people who are seeking, general, nothing matter what. Will be all our needs. You want to stop who you tell the whole night listen. Then I can't get back up to one, let it go rest. We want to here. We suffer yet. They put what for you, they go protest. Now you get police who will start shooting all over. Put it here, yeah. The about 5 minutes, they telling all the city off. What the way? The other opposition, they were everywhere. But they are there and say, what are they? United Party West. Say, opposition, they will not draw up. But God will pick up the solution. What will pick up? There are no one will pay for 6 years. So they will show it. We will be at our knee.
You go.
Yeah, you started there. You got married here. Yeah, you got it. Who are yesterday? Just to protest. Oh, one that you for Jovia. If you are the Papa take it. They tell you someone the one to do to all that is yesterday.
Okay.
Thank you for this.
Thank you so kindly, man. Bessie, let me read this one comment written by Andre 18. He said, I'm a born sedition, and then I continue to tell my fellow seditions to desist from such saying or behavior. And they voted for Bwaka. It's not about and they voted for Bwaka. It's about selling our political party by putting our hands around our brothers and sisters who voted for Bwaka, or other political parties. We should remember that democracy is all about likes or dislikes, and an election is all about the numbers. In Liberia, there are multiple political parties, over 25 political parties. Instead of us rejecting or disallowing our Liberian people, we need to embrace them so that by 2029, they can feel encouraged to vote for the party and give their votes to the CDC. If not, those qualified voters have their constitutional right to vote or not vote, or to go to a different political party. Therefore, we as seditionists are really hopeful to regain power. We must embrace our brothers and sisters who voted against WEA by putting our hands around them. Don't wait for the last minute to time 2029 before trying to talk to the citizens. The best time is now to sell your political parties products. Political party products. If you wait for the last minute of time, the same citizens that you as seditionists rejected or denied will betray you. And the struggle that CDC is going through. Ananto Ataya, CDC has a very poor political strategy team. Thank you for writing in, Emmanuel Epin. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah.
I'm station calling from the phone. Israel, we is serious problem. We is serious problem. Prince Joseph for all a big problem. And today is no more. Israel, what happened yesterday was terrible. We told the people, they not listen. Where is the Eto Balasana? Where is the Eto Balasana? Where is Water School? Where is Yakekoza? Where is Amakone? Israel, we are in serious trouble. Yesterday was terrible. In Yekepa. The Eto Balasana, where are you? Israel, you get more. When the Eto Balasana was calling the result. Tackle PA public school, 550,000, constituting 21%. Farm public school, 750,000, constituting 48%. Then they tell them, yeah, they call it Water East. You see it today, Israel? They go to on an attack. Now what will happen in 2029? We know that strategy. That's why they just saw God naked training people. The binary in should be okay anymore. You see what that is? Don't take that decision. Don't mind Jeremiah Boone. Don't mind Prince Joseph. Where Prince Joseph is today? The people suffering. Yeah. Start making a public school. Can't play. Don't control. Where are the election results? Where the other brand Lasana? Israel, thank you for the time.
Thank you so kindly, my dear sister. Thank you so much. Good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Sorry, man. Sorry for the disturbance, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you this morning. Thank you. Good morning, my dear brother Israel. Thanks for the effort that you, along with the entire case, have always activity in the best interest of our people's country. For the record nations, for the public, and pocket, Robert. I joined you this morning for our unknown destinations. Israel, when we said it very categorically, emphatically, realistically, that this particular old man is not illegal, but a complete dictator, and not only a dictator, but a person that has the character of a human. The person is now a human being. He is a human. People that don't know nothing, that don't feel the importance of human being. It is kind of character and the kind of blood that runs in the person thing. You see what happened to our people yesterday or Israel? You see what happened to our people yesterday in my country? It's an affair when I heard it last night. When I heard of mentor AP playing last night, it's an affair that was in a process. I felt that it was a reoccurrence of April 6th. And I feel our people, no matter what their politics are, even the people who are not going to vote for us, Israel, and they voted for the purported we did, they deserve sort of or reply or even intention, they deserve some of the war. That is the war that they voted for. Mr. Parker, incompetent, irresponsible. That's the reward that they voted for them to be mindful laugh while you protecting foreigners. See our brother the rest of them were butt naked, dragged, a criminal only because they are standing for their right, standing for what it started for them through the constitution.
But we said it on numerous occasions. Why is it adequate to express? But the reason why we express our gratitude to the developmental, oriented, and humanitarian church we are, it's because a part of politics, you see people as itself. So we have to not be empowerment. You see, like I'm saying, our people. So we have to not be empowered. You see, today our people for Satan have been a display. It's never happened on the job we have with Jane. But you see what happened to our people now in the whole country? They are living like a common slave, protecting foreigner, firing last bullet. It's there. Can you see our for now? You just say somebody will be there. The parents have not been formed. They were parted. I was taking and throw in the new destination. Yesterday, society out of last bullet. They were parted. I was taking and talking to a new destination. That's what I'm telling you. Few hours from now, you see people are not crying, but they are not seeing the relatives. Thank you for God save our state.
Thank you so kindly, my dear brother. Talk about it. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Let's hear you.
Yeah. Thank you this morning, boy. We are here for the topic of discussion. I'm Joseph Ute calling from Chipen Free Wave Drive.
Okay.
But we are here is so, siding, so discouraging about the kind of, result that we are getting now from this, old man. But I don't want people to, say that election is about number. Why it is true, it's about number. But I want to caution some of the Liberian people that he who fear it will eat. I want to caution them this morning. If I fear it, knows it. And for this reason, come 2029, let the Liberian people, as they fear it, they should know it and decide very appropriately for themselves as which way to go. Or the best way to go. If they don't decide the best way to go, they will continue to feed it. And I want to call on Samuel Koga, who is the senator of Nima County, who newly elected. I want him to play a paramount role in this thing that is going on with the people in Nima County, with the people at that UK part, at the Meta, or this thing. I want you to come on and speak. I want you to come on and stand up for the people. This is what the people elected him and left other people. There are people that were standing for this election or stood in this election to stand for the cause of the people in Liba County there, or for that country, or for the Liberian people. They are Liberian. So he must come on now to speak appropriately on behalf and for the people of Liba County that this incident have occurred to. So let it come on. We want you to come on. We want you to come on with the legs of the other representatives that are there. They should not be like Nicodemus that want to seek advice from Jesus. How can I be born again? No. They should not go. They should not go in the night to receive from Aslan Meta, and when they receive from Aslan Meta, they remain and leave the people vulnerable. We don't want it so. Let them come out now and then speak to the incident that is occurring or that has occurred in that Nima County.
Okay.
We want them to come out. Let them come out and speak on behalf of the people. Thank you this morning for putting me in the platform.
Thank you, Chief. Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning, Bob. Thank you for the show. My name is Abraham. You might call from Police. The question is, what kind of opposition want to see? Yeah, the opposition for me, I want to see is the opposition that will speak the right thing to the Liberian people, give them the right message, the wrong thing is doing, to tell them that these are the things that the government is doing against the people. The people who's done that the people, the opposition now for speak the fight. Then the way Peter Bonjara gave the 15-year-old boy and bought a buck. So everybody must be explaining to the Liberian people for them to know. And let's say you are saying that was time for the reason is that John we have done a lot of good for the country that all Liberians should know. In fact, my brother, if you do good for these people that are voting for Baga, they will say that the best will do to vote for Baga again because when Baga does anything, the opposition will kill him. They kill him once. So you saw that when John Wayne was getting money, they say that their money. They not good in that job we are doing. When they pay that job once, they say they're not putting. So come when you do good for them now today. I'm telling you seriously, I can eat out with them, I know they're good. When you do any good for them, because Baga they bad with them, because that's the best thing to do. The whole Baga do bad with them. Then the opposition job we are people because they say we are stupid people. Job we are people who support them.
Okay.
For me, I think I found a job like that 2 years only. For me, I'm a supporter of Ria. I will never vote for him. But I get still from him. Because the 2 years ago, they come in 2 minutes. Job like that, they saw a hospital, school fees, other things, ministry of health, NSA, APA, FBRC, NAFA, Senior General Association, and so many good things for the traditional people. We bought a motorbike, mobile, e-card, 2 papers, and all of the so many things you are doing. There are so many going to go. They said they don't see what I'm good. So for me, I don't want to get them to do good for them. They see it, and they will know that they see the day when I was the like God gave you right road and you move on there for so you see. And you can but still before they can in later. But as soon as you have it go there, they will say that the best thing to do before a brother so that when party happy today, you go and help them. So thank you very much for the show.
Thank you so kindly, man, there, brother. You man, thank you for being a part of the program. Mapu Son said we all need to show concern to our brothers and sisters, regardless which political parties they supported. It's not easy in Liberia. Let us all let go and put our country Liberia first seriously. Lucia Lucky Mandesa says thanks for the show, big brother. Excellent as always. That shooting had me so afraid. We are really in serious trouble in this rescue government hands. Big brother Stephen Slav said the shooting that occurred yesterday would never put fear in the opposition because the Liberian people have resolved. 2029 is a must. Okay. Good morning.
Yes, good morning, Israel.
Yeah.
My name is Alvin Che, going from Soaking and Diamond Creek.
Okay.
Yeah, brother Israel, straight to the issue. Brother Israel, our president, President Weah, I can remember in an annual message 2018, he said, and I quote, in the cause of the people, the struggle must end. But 2023, no less than 17,000 voters, they said that the struggle should continue. But nevertheless, they all seeing it for themselves. Getting Brother Israel. Brother Israel, you have said it all. We physicians, we need to stand up. We need to stand up or else the same lies they may use to come to power, they will use the same lies to maintain power. Getting Brother Israel.
Mm-hmm.
I listen to I know someone who I know the information minister. I listened to him. It was yesterday, yeah. I listened to him on one of the show. The man, you know what about you have the man saying they came on massive development, the government, everywhere you go you can see the tangible, they came on massive development. But Israel made a line to Liberian people. No development made carry on. The only thing I'm not doing is breaking down houses and they're not building nothing. Since the first year chicken factory rule, they break down the people houses. Go see chicken factory rule. Recently when the New Georgia rule, New Georgia go with Issa, they break down the people houses. Nothing to put there. They just breaking down houses. There's no development they carry on. They made a lie. They lie claiming the past government development things that the past government initiated. They made a lie and claiming that the West Edition is sitting there with our underphones in our hand. We're sitting there. They made a winning the public with their lies. They made a lie. Even the taking up budget. What you say my brother breakdown for? It was initiated 99% by President Weah. It was only for a second thing.
for him to break God. Even the one side of 14 military hospital, honest,